So I had to take a photo for this app called Roadie. And it's some kind of automatic photo taking. I could have done it manually, I guess. I just kept trying over and over to do the original photo thing. I couldn't really read it, so I had to take like screenshots to see what these little tiny messages said, because I didn't want to have to take the photo on both my glasses were on. Just at least one of my glasses. So I slicked back my hair with some water, and then finally I smiled. December 8th, 2022. Here's Linda.
Hi.
Eating a sandwich. And welcome to the Please Subscribe show. And we are headed out to our daily routines, which we see as an adventure. And we'd like you to join us. Shall you? That'd be great. Wonderful. All right, so it's shall you, would you? That'd be great. Shall you? Yeah, shall you, would you? That'd be great. Shall you, would you? That'd be great. Like many times, we're going to guess the number in David Lynch's theater. Today's number is
9.
Linda's going with 9. I'm going with 3. There has been a pattern in today's number is, and it's number 6, and it was the other number. The last time I did it was number 6. I went with 3. I missed it by 3. Linda got it with 9 and missed it by 3. So she guessed a 9 and missed it by 3, and I guessed a 3 and missed it by 3. So it wasn't 3, it was actually 6. Well, here at Jack in the Box, gonna get my dinner and head on out and drop food and other things at your door. Last time I was here at Jack in the Box, they shorted me a taco. This time they gave me all 4. Last. Life is full of ups and downs. Sometimes you have a lot, and sometimes you don't. But when I had a lot, I lived right over here, across this way, right here. Right there. And the mansions, way, way over there. There are luxury apartments, said in Carrollton. Linda wrecked her car right there. There's actually a mark somewhere on that curb. And she was going this way, and she said someone texted her, or she blames me, but it could have been someone else or whatever, but I guess she checked her phone as she was turning, and there's the curb, I think, right there. Right next to that little piece of wood. You can see it kind of skid right there. And it messed up her control arm on her Mazda. Pretty horribly. And then she ended up getting a new car. I filmed a 4th of July sequence on top of that parking garage right there, right in front of my place. So since I left the bank back in 2019, or actually I think it was Valentine's Day, February 14th of maybe 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. I might have to look. I think it was 2018, February 14th. I immediately started working for Uber and Lyft, and then eventually Ubereatz. Then DoorDash and Postmates about the same time. And then I found Grubhub. So it's been quite a bit. DoorDash and Grubhub, I at least worked for 2 years, from 2019, 2021 to round about this time. Postmates, I did work off and on for about a year in that same time period. Have not gone back to Uber or Lyft. So the most we'll do a countdown on the most I made. The most I could make within the hour would be Uber. Uber was the highest paying one out of all of them. And then Ubereatz. Then next to that was Lyft. Well, actually, no, Lyft was about as good as Uber. I take that back. Uber and Lyft were about as good. Financially, they were good as when it comes to getting paid. Uber and Lyft were the top. Then Ubereatz, and then Grubhub. DoorDash, Postmates, and, those were all about the same. So they could range between sometimes $7 an hour to $17 or $20 an hour. It just depends on what you get. I've had orders for DoorDash where it was $70 for one order picking up at a liquor store. I've had same thing with Postmates where it was $70 for 3 orders of delivering for Apple Store, like iPhones and stuff like that. So it just depends, but I will keep you in touch. I've heard really good stuff about a company called Roadie from one of Linda's friends. Supposedly they're really good, and I've also heard really good things about Amazon. Amazon delivery, where you schedule a block and work the entire block. Heard a lot of good stuff about that. I'm sure Amazon's trying to get a lot of drivers and stuff, but this is mostly you're using your own vehicle, things like that. I watch a lot of movies, and I usually watch the movies that are free on YouTube because I drop my Netflix. I just wasn't watching Netflix enough to really be paying for it. But I used to watch Netflix a lot, but I just, back in the day when you could order the DVDs through the mail and things like that, I watched them a lot. I'd get like those 5 DVDs that would come through the mail, then watch the 5 movies over 5 days. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm mostly just searching for good stuff on YouTube, like content. So I searched for good vloggers and also just good information and movies. And the movie I found today that surprisingly I really liked, didn't get to finish all of it, but almost, is Shutter Island. It's a Martin Scorsese movie. I watched it the first time, I didn't really get it. Then I watched it again, and I don't think I really got it. Now I watched it for free on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, this is a really good movie. And it has some good plot points about reality. It's kind of Hitchcockian, so it's kind of a Hitchcock feel. I know that Martin Scorsese did Cape Fear, which is a Hitchcock movie. But this one's good. It's Shutter Island. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio.
My wife had to kill him twice.
Now, just because, you know, I'm going to talk about FR. So if you don't know what FR is, then figure it out and use your imagination. So I have abbreviations. For example, Grubhub, I called it GBH. Postmates, I just called it Postmates. So sometimes I abbreviate for them and sometimes I don't. Don't ask me why. But for FR, I noticed it's very tappy. So when it rang off, I had to tap 3 times before it set in with the ways, you know, it had to, you know, like check the address, give me all these list of addresses, you know, it should just go right to it. Okay, so it's a little tappy. Other than that, we'll see. It could be a really good thing. So I'm calling it FR. So, you know, you'll just have to figure out my abbreviation. All right, we'll be stopping off at Roadie Grill. Roadie Grill is really cool. We're kind of by a bridge right here. If you look on the other side of this bridge, oh, they're from Florida. Notice that. All the way from Florida. All the way from Florida. Anyway, right over here is a Blue Mesa. It's a pretty good Blue Mesa. Linda and I ate there a lot. She liked to get margaritas there. I'm not a big drinker. Like I drink like once a year or something. Not even really that. I drink very, very occasionally, like once in a blue moon. I'm just not like, I don't really like the taste of beer. I don't even like the smell of beer. But I don't mind a good glass of wine every once in a while. Like let's say 2 or 3 times a year. Anyway, we're going to go down this way. Then we'll turn left. And we'll get to Roadie Grill. I knew a guy also that he drank green tea once a year. He was an actor that was in Pilgrim's Progress with me. I think he had a girlfriend too, or a wife or something like that. But anyway, he said he drank green tea once a year on a special occasion on his patio. He'd go sit out on his patio, make some green tea, and he'd drink it 1 time a year. So I guess it was scheduled in once a year to drink some green tea. And that right there looks really similar to Plano, which is this area right here. This is where Linda's from. This area, well, I don't know about this area, but she's from Plano. Right here is called Warren Parkway. Yeah, if I run into Jake McCollum around it, look at this butthole right here. He's waiting for the thing right there. Anyway, I'll definitely say hi. He's been doing this YouTube stuff for quite a bit of time. And most likely he's making a living off of it, really. This looks like an electric vehicle. I always think of that movie, All the President's Men, and every time I'm in a parking garage. You know, with Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman. That guy, Deep Throat's always talking in the shadows. Every time I go into a parking garage, that's the way he's bitching at me. All right, now I gotta go pick up the payment card thing, so I'm gonna head back in and I'll give them the you know what I mean. pick up my bag. Already paid for the order. He said it would take 25 minutes to make a bunch of naan and a couple of chicken dishes, chicken marsala and stuff like that. So, go ahead and get my bag. This is my quick bag right here is what I call it. There. What I'm going to do is a little secret. I'll share with you guys. I'm going to take the actual receipt. Right here. I'm going to place the receipt right there. I'll tell you why later. There's a pin right there. This is the bank I used to work for right here. This bank right here. Anyway, the reason why is because when I check out, I want to check out right when I get in the car. So they know that I'm leaving at that moment. Another reason why is so I don't lose it. So look at it right there. Because they require a photograph. So these jobs are really fun. So it's about creativity. When you have to do vlogging on the spot, and it's a different type of creativity. You know, it's not Orson Welles, but it's new. It's a new revolution, as Scorsese talks about. You see my shadow in the bag that you're in. Okay, it's more about performance than it is about cinema, but it's a little bit of theater too. And I was raised in the theater. That's why I'm about to publish a little short story about the Dallas Children's Theater and Charlotte's Web. Getting one of these bags. They're good for drinks and just to carry all be all. They got these little screen things you can put your camera in, especially if you're shooting all this with a phone. They fit perfect in there. They're about 20 bucks at Walmart. The only problem is you can't find them this particular size anymore. They make them a little bit smaller than this. So this is a larger size on it. It's got a little zip bag here. So you can put receipts and pins, maybe condiments. And also I keep like a lot of things like napkins, straws, a toothbrush and toothpaste in case, you know, lunchtime comes up and I want to go in the bathroom and brush my teeth. And then like menus to places. Like here's a menu to this place and things like that. And chopsticks, I keep chopsticks in there. Things that, you know, maybe salt and pepper in here. I'll show you some things in here. This is basically like hot cocoa for the morning time. And then this right here is things like Miracle Whip, just in case they ask for that. And let's say they ask for some more Miracle Whip, a little more Miracle Whip. So they ask for, like, you know, maybe one of these, you know, add one of those in there. And then, you know, something like a little more Miracle Whip. And then like a pin, you know, like a backup pin if I ever need a pin in there. And then this thing right here, which used to go on the edge of this right here. There's something else in here, So right here. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is one that I got back in DoorDash days. It's my Zala card right here. Right, now with some mustard. Can again. There it is. It says a Zala card, so I get a free Zala pizza if I turn this in. It's all up for delivery for them. This is what they gave out. But I have to go to the, it's like some area in Dallas. The location is Dallas is, I don't know, it's like Greenville or something, Greenville area. If I turn this in, they'll give me a free pizza. I just forgot to turn it in a long time ago. Or they did back in the day. I don't know if they still do it now. There's probably a program they were doing. But anyway. Headed back to put up my card, so they got another 20 minutes, so kind of thing. It's like a third time back to the car. Put this up and so that photo is one of their color fest they have in India. I have a few friends from India, and what they do is they it's a day of like bright color, and they have all these spices and dye and powder that they throw in the air that's different colors. It's a festival they do every year by the Ganges River. So I'm going back into car to the password book. See why GBH is having problems with the login. FR's fine, so FR's working fine, but I usually always have backup. So I'm gonna check it out, see if I can figure out what's going on. I don't know if you're familiar with the Sky House, but it's where the Cowboys probably stay sometimes, because we're right in the middle of Cowboy territory, because we are in Frisco, where the Cowboy camp is. That's where the Cowboys train for the NFL.